Hello everyone and welcome back to Seduce Me at the Otome. I actually recorded this week, but didn't realize until I uploaded one that my OBS had glitched out and didn't record any of the video. So, sorry for my absence for like a week or two, but hopefully I'm back and ready to play, so let's continue. Everything was peaceful. I was happy. And cutscene! Did I skip?
You are an interesting creature.
Oh, am I? I opened my eyes to see a woman staring down at me with a very sly smirk on her face. I opened my mouth to scream in fright, but a hand quickly covered my mouth.
No screaming now. Too early, silly girl.
It's way too early for this bullshit. I could only stare up at the woman above me. I still felt weak, not having the strength to move and fight her off. What was going on and why was she here?
Why do the boys like you? You're unique, yes, but that can't be all that you have going for you.
Rage began to consume my core. This woman, whoever she was making me mad. She must have known, as she let out another smirk grow on her face.
Ooh.
This is a weird angle.
That could be why.
Her nails are nice, though. Before I could bite her hand in anger, she removed her hands from my lips, standing up and staring down at me from the place next to my bed. I quickly sat up and glared daggers at the intruder. She was very beautiful, but I felt more anger than amazement. Who the hell are you, and why are you in my room? The woman began to laugh, making the rage in me increase. I wanted to punch her, but I waited for her answer.
How silly of me. I forgot that we demons are not well known of in your world. You can call me Diana, little human.
Diana? Demon? You're a demon?
I am. But I'm much more than just an average demon.
What do you mean?
Silly girl. I'm a succubus.
I stared at Diana in shock. A succubus, first incubus, now a succubus. Great. I had met both genders of the sex demons. Diana crossed her arms under her bosom and looked at my body.
Well, you are pretty, but you seem very reckless. Too reckless.
3 reckless? I moved out and stood from the bed, still glaring at Diana. Why are you here?
Oh, I just wanted to see who my competition was.
Well, I'm not much of a competition, I'll tell you. Competition?
For the boys, of course. They don't belong here, and yet here they remain. I want to know why, and remedy this little issue.
This girl was seriously pissing me off. Issue? What issue? They want to stay here so they can.
Silly, uneducated human. You don't understand the important roles these boys play in the abyssal planes. You keeping them here is practically imprisonment.
You have about 10 seconds to leave.
Is that a threat? How cute. What are you going to do? Kill me?
And if I do?
You barely have the strength to stand, little human. I can rip the rest of your energy out and knock you into a coma. You'll never be able to wake up again.
Let's not do that. Touch me and I'll...
Enjoy every minute of it.
Oh, awkward. I felt my body freeze and heat up to an almost painful haze. My mind began to feel fuzzy as Diana stepped to me and caressed my cheek.
Now, you're going to listen to everything I say without any questions. Got it?
I nodded.
Good. I plan to bring the boys back to the abyssal planes. Why? So that I can take my place as queen of their realm. They have no reason to be here in this silly little world, so I'm going to make sure they return home. Okay, Pumpkin?
I nodded but growled. My rage couldn't be concealed despite the hold I was under. You evil bitch.
Call me evil all you want, dearie. I'm not evil. You're just in my way.
I felt Diana lean into my ear and whisper, making me unconsciously shiver in both pleasure and annoyance.
Now, be a good little human and go to bed. I'll make sure they're gone before you get home tomorrow from school, so make sure to say goodbye in the morning.
I felt my body move on its own to lay in my bed and cover itself with my bed sheets. I glared at Diana the entire way down. Diana laughed at my futility. I'll get you and your meddling mutt.
Oh, please do.
I didn't expect that, now did I? Nope. Not at all. All of a sudden, her voice deepened and became cold and demonic, sending a violent shiver down my spine. Her red eyes practically illuminated in the darkness of my room.
Give me a reason to make your life a living hell.
I gritted my teeth, trying to fight back against the hold on me. She couldn't have been that tough. She needed energy to survive, right? I was sure she couldn't have enough to hold me down forever. Diana then laughed and returned to normal.
Oh, and make sure you don't tell the boys I was here. I want my visit to be a surprise.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I felt the hold on me disappear, allowing me to sit up and practically growl at Diana in rage. What's stopping me?
And you must not care about your friends and family as much as you care for the boys.
Ooh, them's fighting words. I stopped and stared. What did she mean by that? Was that a threat to my family? Diana smirked to me, knowing the confusion behind my eyes.
Let's just say that if you tell the boys about me, I'll make sure that no one will care for you, and you'll be all alone in this little house until the day you die.
That sounds pleasant. I could feel fear creeping into me. Alone? How could she do that? The word demon reverberated in my head, reminding me that I was facing off against something supernatural. A human with the power with a shield versus a devil was one thing, but a human on her own versus a demon was another.
Have a good night.
You too. Don't forget to close the door when you head out. It's kind of breezy. And with that, Diana sank into the floor through a magic purple pentagram, which disappeared as her head vanished into the door and floor. I couldn't believe it. I had one problem, and now I had another. Instead of a crazy psycho devil who wanted to kill me and the boys, I had a succubus wanting to ruin my life and take the boys away. Could my life get any worse? No, I wasn't going to let her win. She's not as powerful as she looks, I know it. I had to mentally confirm it. She wasn't going to win. The boys wanted to stay with me. I let out a sigh before closing my eyes, affirming my plan of action. No matter what she was going to do, I was going to beat her. Eventually the morning arrived and the sun screamed at me to get up. Surprisingly, I woke up before my alarm once again, which was nice. I stretched out and quickly got dressed, getting ready for school. She expects me to say goodbye to the boys. I will say good morning and we'll see them when I come back. Now, no way am I going to say goodbye. I scooped up my bag and headed downstairs to the dining room, seeing the boys already eating a delicious selection of food. The smell made my stomach growl wildly at the sight of the food, drew me to walk further into the room.
Good morning, miss. Did you sleep well?
Before I could lie, hiding the incident in the back of my mind, Damien furrowed his eyebrows and stopped eating.
She's here.
The boys looked at Damien in confusion while I cursed his ability silently in my mouth.
Damien, what's up with you? Of course she's here. She kind of owns the house.
Not what I meant, guys. Damien looked to me, wanting me to explain for him. However, the threats that Diana gave me last night warned me to keep my mouth shut. I just fucking tell him. Damien pressed his lips together into a fine line. The other boys looked at me with a raised eyebrow. A girl named Diana came by last night. Let me finish.
Diana? Is she important?
Did she try to hurt you?
You get him, Sam. She's a succubus. That single word made the boys stop and stare at me. Stop and stare. I looked at each boy, unsure what was going through their minds. Should I have avoided it?
So, she's come to try and bring us back.
I guess.
She must really be desperate.
She is.
Well, what should we do now?
Nothing. She'll give up eventually.
But she won't. Well, she kinda does. But that's beside the point.
Will she?
The boys continued to look at me as if I knew the answer to that question. Damn it, Damien. She told you that if I told you, she'd make my life a living hell. She can't possibly do that. She's not a devil.
No, she isn't. However, she is a very powerful demon.
Uh-huh.
She's a master of mind manipulation and has been trained in illusion.
Oh, great.
Unlike other demons who use strength to get power, She uses her charisma.
She has the power to make armies bow to her. And
Oh, sorry, Damien. Maybe speak up next time. What do you mean?
Well, she sort of has family ties to us. She was promised to marry one of us in exchange for more power.
Oh, awkward.
She's just some whacked up hussy who doesn't know how to close her legs. She's not a real
That's
threat.
rude, Sam.
Oh, really? I feel insulted.
His face. The boys and I looked around the room, wondering where the voice came from. I felt cold sweat run down the back of my neck in fear, remembering what kind of power she had. At last, we saw Diana by the entrance of the kitchen, juggling a single red apple in her hands as she leans against the archway. The boys quickly surrounded me, glaring at the intruder.
So, you took up a human name as well.
Beautiful name, isn't it? Well, for a human name, anyway.
What the hell do you want?
To bring you back, of course. However, you weren't supposed to know that I was coming. I completely forgot about that little mind-reading ability. My mistake.
Diana pushed off from the archway and walked towards us, making the boys step closer to me in a protective circle. Diana laughed.
My. What has the world come to? A group of demons protecting a human girl? I'll tell you right now, she's not that pretty. And from what I can tell, she's still a virgin.
Dun dun dun, that's not very nice. My face grew red in complete anger and embarrassment. How dare she? Oh, hell no. I stepped up, gently pushing the boys away to face it with Diana. I was furious when she was able to feel my wrath. You're in my house. You are an intruder. You have no power here.
Oh, really? Do I have to remind you of the power I have, dear?
No. With the snap of her fingers, my mind suddenly locked up and felt blank. I could see the world around me, but I lost control of my body. The boys quickly reformed around me, with James gripping onto Diana's wrist in anger.
You will leave this instant.
Or what? You'll kill me? I completely dare you to.
Let me do it. I could use the workout.
don't.
The boys looked to Damien while Diana smirked at my blank state. I wanted to fight this hold, but her power held me down.
And why not?
She wants us to kill her. If she dies, then civil war starts in the demon world.
Very good, sweetie.
What happens in the demon world doesn't concern us anymore. We live here now.
The demons will come to the human world and hunt us down before attacking each other.
The demons will come to the human world, all because of her?
You sneaky bitch.
With another snap of Diana's fingers, I was released from her hold, almost buckling to my knees.
Well, will you all change your minds? I assure you, it's for the greater good.
I expected the boys to say no. What I heard was complete silence. None of the boys replied to Diana, which made me both nervous and fearful as to why. Diana leaned her head back a bit, surprised for a different reason.
No. Well, I see.
Was silence truly them saying no to her? I looked around at the boys and saw the disobedience in their eyes, giving me my answer. I felt my heart flutter, especially when my eyes landed on Sam. He kept me close, glaring daggers into Diana. I could feel that he was completely adamant in his choice to stay. I don't know what, but I was incredibly happy to know he wanted to stay. Diana sighed and pressed a finger into her temple. Sorry, rubbing it gently.
Either all of you are playing a very convincing hard-to-get game, or you all must be out of your minds.
The second one. Diana then looked to me, locking her gaze with me as if to read me. I could tell she wanted to do something, but the boys would stop her. So, staring was her only available action. After a small moment of silence, Diana licked her lips before breaking the gaze battle and smiling to the boys around me.
Very well. I guess I'll take my leave now.
Yeah. What? Her leave? Was she serious? The boys around me straightened up and grew confused looks on their faces as Diana stepped away from us with a small bow, flaunting her cleavage. Oh, flaunting cleavage, of course. Without another word, a deep purple pentagram appeared under her feet as Diana's body slowly sank into the floor. As her head vanished into the floor, the pentagram disappeared. At once the boys relaxed and slowly began to return to their spots at the table, each in deep thought.
She'll be back, but she won't kill us. She needs us alive.
Well, yes, she did kind of want to marry one of you. It would be hard
Whatever.
to marry a
We'll
dead
just keep
person.
saying no. She can't force us to come back.
She can't do anything but annoy us. Eventually, she'll give up.
That's the hope, anyway.
What is the hope, Eric? Good observation. Hopefully. Sam walked over to me and placed a hand on my shoulder, looking at me with concern.
If she comes after you, you need to tell us, okay?
You got it, Sam. I nodded, knowing that he wanted to protect me. Sam gently took his hand from my shoulder and very gently moved a strand of hair from my face, however, making me blush and forget what I was thinking about. Am I that simple? You know? Okay, sure. The sound of collective chuckles and playful snickers whispered through the air, making me blush even more as Sam grunted in reply but the laughter stopped. I looked up to see he was glaring at his brothers, a fist forming in his hand, ready to swing at them. He and I pulled away from each other just as the sound of Naomi's car appeared. I quickly ate my food, waved to the boys, and left, confident that nothing was going to happen. Never, ever say that nothing will happen before the day is over. I avoided talking about the ride back home yesterday, saying that the ride was a one-time thing. I'll be riding with you guys from now on to school. The girls seemed happy. We entered the school, quickly gathered our things from our lockers, and headed to class. There were no events, to my surprise. History wasn't exactly fun, but our teacher was great. At least, he would have been great if he was in class that day. Naomi and Suzu took the seats in front of me, Suzu in front, Naomi beside me, before the class bell began to ring and the class was greeted by the dean.
Students, you'll be having a substitute for class today. Everyone meet
Miss Diana.
And this is where we're going to stop it for this episode. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. If you have something to say, please leave a comment. And if you would like to see more, please subscribe, and I will see you all next time.